What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 71 of the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. On this episode, we are talking Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss, Marathon, and Pragmata.
Such potential, such promise, but we squandered our gifts, our intelligence. Our blind pursuit of technology only sped us quicker to our doom. Our world is ending, but life must go on.
That does not sound like a song.
Do with that chunk of knowledge what you will.
Is that just a quote?
That
of,
is
like,
a quote
power?
from it's a quote from a movie. I have a movie to add to your list.
A movie to add to my list?
Have a movie to add to your list. Have you ever heard of the movie 9?
9? I don't think so. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No. Okay. This is a movie. What's up, guys? How you doing? This is a movie from 2000. And I don't know, jumped right into a tangent, but I just watched this last night, actually, and I forgot how good this movie was. This movie is called 9.
I've seen that.
This is
like yeah, go for it. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No,
I know I've seen that. 9 is very not iconic. I've identified that 9 before, that glow of it. I've never seen the movie though.
Yeah, very, very good movie. It's a 2009, ironically, Tim Burton movie, all animated. It is very, very good. It's got Elijah Wood, Jennifer Connelly, and John C. Reilly in it. The story in it is incredible, and just the animation and everything, so great. I don't want to spoil too much, but I think you should definitely add this movie to your list, and it's actually on YouTube free movies right now, so you don't need anything to watch it.
You know what? That's perfect, Dave. That's perfect to our kind of introduction to so if you don't know, everybody, I'm trying to watch 200 movies this year, and today's the start of February 2nd from the recording of this video, and I wanted to create something called Comment Section Cinema.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. But so
it needs its own theme song.
It does, or its own jingle. That sounds like a good.
Yeah, we need a jingle for it.
We'll have a jingle.
Comment
section.
Yeah, we'll be working on that. We'll be working on that, guys.
Give us some ideas in the comments. But with this, I want to take movies that are left in the comments that I should watch, and our first one that we ever got, Ladder 49 by Real Deck Gaming. And let me tell you, I watched it.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. And to be honest, I think I've seen it when I was a kid. But, as a kid, you don't understand the themes of the movie and stuff like that.
I remember that one being a little heavy, yeah. Yeah.
So let me give you a little insight of the movie. It's about a firefighter who gets trapped. Like the beginning scene, it's like the firefighter's trapped, and the way I kind of pictured this movie is his life is kind of flashing before his eyes, and he's like reminiscing of everything that he's went through and things like that. That's kind of how my take of it is. But overall, it's an emotional movie that I thought was pretty heavy, like you said, Dave.
Yeah.
And here's my qualm with it. Is that a good word? Qualm? That's right.
I think it depends on what you're going to say next.
Yeah,
but I feel based on your flow, it's probably the word you should use, yeah?
Yeah. So here's where I kind of lost it a little bit. It was actually I'm going to say his name wrong. Joaquin Phoenix? Joaquin?
Joaquin.
Wow.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. So my only beef with the movie, it has John Travolta and a couple other good actors, but my beef with it is Joaquin Phoenix, actually.
That's interesting. I always thought he was a pretty great actor.
I think he is a specifically good actor for specific types of movies. Like the Joker, he was pretty, I liked him in the Joker. That's probably the most recent I remember, aside from this movie, Ladder 49. I just felt like his presence in the movie was awkward. I almost there's one scene where one of the firefighters lit a fire of a newspaper and threw it in the underneath the stall while the guy was going to the bathroom. And then Joaquin Phoenix laughing in the background. He just his presence just made it feel very awkward. I feel like he didn't know what was going. I don't know how to explain it, but honestly, as the movie went on, he got less and less awkward. So that's where I was like, maybe it's the way they wanted the character to be. I guess he was kind of the new guy, kind of awkward, getting his steps, if that makes sense. Maybe that's why they did it.
He's a fairly strong actor. I wonder if they maybe wanted him to do that to kind of purposely give you that
Yeah,
unsettling feeling when he was around.
yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe. But overall, I enjoyed the movie a lot. I felt like it had some deeper meanings, and it just shows the impact of loss of other people in the movie and things like that, and how heavy some of that can be on somebody. So with that, I gave the movie a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all
Not
I want to
bad.
say about it. Yeah. So
First one in the
look,
books.
first one in the books. Comment section cinema. Bum, 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 bum.
That's it. That's the jingle. Soundbite
That's it.
that. Soundbite
Soundbite it.
that.
Boop, boop,
Yeah, we're
boop.
keeping it.
But so let us know in the comments if you got a movie that you want us to watch, and I will do my best to watch it. I've watched 16 movies in January, so I'm not quite on pace for 200 in a year, but we will get there. I promise.
You'll
Promise.
get there. I believe in
I,
you.
that's 196 would be in 12 months. So
And now we're going to add one more to the list.
there we go.
It's
There we
free
go.
on YouTube.
9. Free on YouTube. I'm down for it. All
Adam
right,
will
Dave.
have a full review by next episode of 9.
I gotcha. I gotcha. That'll be the next. Well, I guess it wouldn't be comment section cinema. Dave, you got to go into the comments and comment.
All right, I'll go into the comments and comment for it.
Perfect. But Dave, what have you been up to? What have you been playing? What have you been doing? You watched
dude.
9.
I'm gonna make some people mad right now.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what released since our last episode?
This is something we've talked about.
No, but it's a game that I play quite frequently.
Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight.
There you go, Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know, Stranger Things Chapter 2 has dropped on Dead by Daylight. I believe you get they added Dustin, they added 11, they added Eddie, and they added Robin. Now the thing with Eddie and Robin is Eddie is really just a skin for Steve. He's not like his own character, and the same thing with Robin. Robin's just a skin for Nancy. So like there's a little bit of confusion there. But if you have those players, you can get those skins. But my number one thing is, of course, they dropped a killer. They dropped Vecna. And I don't know, dude. Remember when I was all up in arms about Five Nights at Freddy's when they dropped the new Five Nights at Freddy's character?
Yeah, yeah.
Vecna's the same way, dude. Vecna kind of sucks.
Like sucks as in it's OP, broken.
He is OP broken.
Are these characters like pay? Like you have to pay for these characters to unlock them?
You have to pay to unlock Vecna.
So that's, I think, what they're doing on purpose, the pay to win aspect. Some people will put money in to try this character, win as this character. So I think it's all part of the plan. Have they since nerfed or balanced the Five Nights at Freddy characters?
I don't know if it's balanced as much as people maybe just lost interest because I don't run into that killer very often anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess maybe a little bit. But this one is very specifically, this one really stands out to me. And I think it's, we talked about this before with the Five Nights at Freddy character. Like, the idea of Dead by Daylight is the chase, right? And this character, the way that they have the moveset set up, it completely eliminates the chase. So if you guys don't know anything about Stranger Things, there's another realm called the Upside Down, right? And it's basically a mirror image of the world that you're in. So the way that this character kind of works, same thing as like Chucky or something like that, you can drop into the Upside Down and you can free move throughout the entire map without any of the survivors being able to see you. Now you can see like a little Bugs Bunny tunnel. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Or Bugs Bunny's under the...
Like the dirt is popping up
in the
a little
dirt.
bit.
Yeah, like you could see the little kind of tunnel coming at you. But I don't know. He comes at you so fast. And then he does... Like when he gets out of the Upside Down, he does this ridiculous spread AoE where it's like as soon as he comes out of the ground, there's this gigantic red circle on the ground, and then these like fingerlings pop up from the ground. And like, I don't know, dude. They made it so that like your character just does not run fast enough to get out of that AoE. Like it's almost impossible. You know what I mean? Like if he decides to come out of the ground and that AoE pops and if you're anywhere close to the center of that circle, you're cooked. Like you can't get out of it. And he has the same ability where he doesn't even need to be in the Upside Down. He can just be chasing you and he can throw that AoE circle at any point. So like, well, not like any point, but definitely way too fast. So it's like, I don't know. They've really eliminated that like chase mentality. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to like jumping windows, sliding pallets, like circling around stuff. You know what I mean? And like they killed that because it's like if he drops that AOE, say you're like on one side of a pallet, right, and he's like on the side of you. If he pops that AOE on the other side of the pallet and then comes at you, you got nowhere to go. You either stand there and take the hit, or you slide over the pallet into AOE. So it's like I don't know, dude. It puts it in an impossible situation to chase and have fun.
Now, does the new characters, like the survivors, do they have counters to that or not
No,
even? Oh.
no. I mean, there's plenty of perks and builds that you can use, but like I don't know, in the grand scheme of things, like I don't know. If you guys like have an idea of like what build to use to like and people are probably going to just say like get good, but like I don't know, dude. He just really feels like super OP, and it's a shame because I love Stranger Things, so like I was super excited for the drop, and now it's like anytime I drop in and Vecna's the killer, I'm just like, dang. Like I just think you're just like, dang. Like I'm already just prepared to die. I just want to move on to the next match.
It's the pay to win, man. I think that's all it is. Especially they do it in Call of Duty. They do it in tons of different games. Like Call of Duty, they do the battle pass, and like halfway through, you get the ultimate gun, and people you can pay extra to get there quicker and things like that. And I think just Dead by Daylight's another one of those pay to win, and then pay to win with that character until the next one comes out, and you have to pay to win with that next one, and it's just a never ending cycle with these games. They want you to put your money into it because they know, or they make them OP because they know people will pay for these characters and things like that. And I think that's why they do it, to make them OP to start, and they probably get nerfed a month or a week later, or by the time the next one comes out. It's disappointing that that's how they play the games. I like, and don't get me wrong, there's instances where it's okay, but I feel like characters like that, and it's hard with this game specifically because each killer should have their own perks and things like that when they bring them new ones in. But I don't mind when games bring in characters that are cosmetic rather than game altering. But it's harder they can't really do that with Dead by Daylight because of how the game is made and with how different characters would interact in.
I really hope he gets nerfed. I mean, I'm super curious to know. So you guys down in the comments, let me know. I'm super curious to hear what you think, whether you agree or disagree with me. Is Vecna OP? Does he need to get nerfed? I feel like he definitely needs to get nerfed. I understand the abilities of the character, and I think they did a good job kind of capturing who Vecna is and like what he should be able to do. But it's just too much. Like I think they need to cool down the amount of times that you could take advantage of these perks and bring it back a little bit more to what DBD is. And it's like, it's the chase. Here's a good example. And then this is the last thing that I'll say about it. A good example, when I play against Vecna, I don't think I've ever been hit with a basic attack. Ever. It's always the AoE. And that like you know what I mean? Like when you're playing DBD, there's definitely you got the huntress that throws hatchets, like, but you always get hit with basic attacks. There's always this chase where you're being chased by a killer and they hit you, right? Like I don't think I've ever been hit with a Vecna basic attack, which is insane. And I played a lot of matches. So like I don't know, that right there just says to me like we gotta cool it down a little bit. We gotta cool it down on these special attacks, man. They're just too crazy.
Is there not like a long enough? Is it the cooldown time? It's not long enough.
They should increase the cooldown time. Yeah, because it feels like he can do it almost at will. Like maybe the cooldown time is like 30 seconds. Like maybe it's just too much.
Gosh dang it, Dead by Daylight.
I know.
Releasing these OP characters. The
Yeah.
pay to win characters. That's what it is.
Yeah, the pay to win characters. Yeah, guys, let me know. I'm super curious to see what you think. If I'm on my own island here, or if you guys also think that Vecna needs to be a little toned down. And then also in other news, other bad news, I'm bringing the podcast down right off the bat.
Oh, dang.
I feel terrible about this.
I'm just kidding.
Do you want to just skip this? Do you just want to
No,
cut out?
I don't know what you're
Do you just
talking
want to
about.
cut out my intro?
No, let's hear it.
Remember when I told you that we were playing the Rats game, the Restaurants?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, we're playing this game, Restaurants, basically overcooked in your rats and stuff like that, and you get to build your own restaurant and stuff like that. We're having a blast with it. We have a great time. Comes to our attention the other day that they're gonna be doing an update, and in order for them to do the update, they need to wipe all existing restaurants
Oh
from the game.
no.
Isn't that crazy?
That sucks, man.
Why like, why do they have to do that?
I hate game wipes.
What like, what update could you be doing where you have to completely wipe everybody's restaurant?
Yeah, that
It
sucks.
does, doesn't it? We're on day 101.
Not anymore. You're not. You're on day one.
We put in so much work. Our restaurant is sick. We have so much cool stuff.
Not anymore. Just okay. With games doing that, does that deter you from coming back? When
Yes.
you've put so much effort, and this is like goes back to when you're a kid playing games, and you think you hit the save button and you turn it off and you log back in, and you'll lose like 15 hours of work, and you're like, oh man, I'm never gonna play this game again. Yeah. This is a funny story. So those like Xboxes or like the memory cards.
Oh, like the PS2 days
So I used to carry mine with me because I'd take it to my friends' houses and like I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure to have my save and I'll put it in. I lost it one day.
of all your games.
Literally every single game. I always had it in my pocket, and then out of nowhere, I lost every single game I've ever played. Like on I think it was the Xbox 360 I had. And I know there's like hard drive space, but I put everything on the memory card because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go play somewhere. So I did that. I lost it. And like I can't remember what games were on there, but it was all the games I played like in my high school days. I had no idea where it went. So every story game I played on the Xbox 360 just gone. And so I had to start all those games over.
That's brutal.
Yeah. And
That's
I
the worst day of 16-year-old Adam's life,
yeah,
guaranteed.
and I never cloud saved anything because it wasn't like I don't did Xbox 360 have it in its early years? I don't think it did it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I never did because I felt like it was more of a hassle.
We were living on the edge back in those days, man. If
Yep.
your console bricked, your console bricked. Like
Yep.
everything was gone.
So that was the most disappointing thing of life. But yeah, I could imagine with restaurants that it's going to be hard to go back to.
It is definitely going to be hard to go back. I mean, we put 101 days into it. Our restaurant's sick. We put a lot of time in it. It sounds silly. Like it really does sound silly
Yeah.
that I'm this upset. But like we really had a blast, It's something that we built together, like we had a good time building it and everything like that. And like they're just going to wipe it,
Yeah.
which. I
It's the worst.
I don't understand why they have to do it. I don't know what update you could possibly have to do where you need to wipe everybody's games.
Right. Have you maxed out the game? Like your restaurant is like the best that it can possibly be at this point. Maybe they're like, let's get you to restart and like with all these new changes, it's gonna make it better and cooler.
No, not
Did it
really.
say
I
what the
mean,
changes are?
we have a lot of really cool stuff, but like we've basically only scratched the surface. Like there's 147 different things that you can include in the restaurant. I think we've unlocked like 55 or 56, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. There's like 60 different recipes that you can have. We probably have about 22. So like there's
Huh.
still definitely way more that we can do in the game.
I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's 101 days, but you've barely scratched the surface in unlocking stuff. So maybe it won't be as bad to get back there. And maybe like you can learn from this the way you had your restaurant before and like learn from your mistakes and like how you guys should start it from the beginning.
I appreciate
I'm
your
trying to
optimism
I'm
here,
trying to
man.
help you out here.
No,
I'm trying to
no,
give you
no.
some
I
optimism
know. I appreciate
to
the
reel you
optimism
back
here.
into the game. So
I mean, I don't know. I have a good time playing with it. So like maybe we'll restart it.
don't
But
give
yeah,
up on restaurants. It's a good game, Dave. You love it, and they're trying to make it better for you.
never let go, restaurants.
Never gonna give you
Never let
up.
go. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of sucks. But yeah, so both of the games that I've been playing haven't gone swimmingly this week, but that's okay. That's all right. We're gonna get back into it. We'll be all right. What have you been doing? What have you been up to? I talked for forever.
No, you didn't. Guess what, Dave?
What?
Lucky Squire
Completed?
beat it.
Let's go.
9 chapters done.
Let's go.
At one point, so there's a mode, or there's a
Did you
a
fall
way
asleep at one point?
No, actually, so it did pick up. It did pick
Oh,
up
okay. Let's go.
at chapter 6 of 9. That's when I really started getting intrigued. But I I am going to say this game is definitely fun, and I think a lot of people enjoy it. It's just not my type of game. I think that's where it kind of didn't sell me, if that makes sense. That's why I was losing interest. So much so, I had to there's a mode or, an option to change the dialogue to do more streamlined dialogue, so I made sure to turn that on, like, at chapter 4. I was like, "This hitting the button to skip all the dialogue was driving me nuts." I was like, "There's oh, wait a minute. I can cut down the dialogue." So I did that, and it helped a bit. So, none of this
Like the fluffy part out of it, like
yeah,
just
the
told you
fluff was
basically,
gone.
oh, okay.
Yeah, which helped a lot speed the game up for me because that was my problem. I was just going too slow for me. Just going way too slow with the fluff. So
From what you were describing, it does feel like very much more of like a chill kind of sit on the couch, drink a cup of coffee, and kind of like just let it go kind of game. So yeah,
and you know what I played this on?
what?
You know how I bought the Legion Go, the Xbox Ally X or whatever,
Yeah.
and I took it back 4 times. I took the Legion Go back 3 times, and the Xbox ROG Ally X back 1 time. Well, guess what? I
Wow.
went back and bought another.
Adam is the master of being able to return things that should not be returned.
This one
I
was
don't know how you
the
do it, but yeah, the master. Like open box. Adam's played with it for like 3 weeks. He's got his save files all up on. He's customized the background, and they're like, I haven't touched it. Oh, I'm gonna just return it.
no, no, no. It's always within a week for the most part.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for this one, I've actually really enjoyed it. And I think it's so this is the Legion Go S with the Steam OS.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a Steam deck, but better like processor and things like that. And to be honest, man, I have been impressed. I played here, I'll turn it on a little bit so you can see. So Plucky that's the last game I played on it today. So I made sure to beat it today before I talked about it. But like I have Helldivers 2 on there. Oh, I also beat the Precinct.
Did you?
I beat 2 games in 5 days.
Let's go.
When's the
I mean,
last time I've done that, dude? Normally I'm like, man, I can't play games right now. And then I've been loving it. And the crazy part is, and like there's an option when you load these games in. It's got like graphic settings and all the settings for Steam Deck. So it's like just turn it on and play. That was my problem with the other handheld gaming PCs. You had to still manage the settings of like the graphics and things like that, and I could just never get it right.
yeah.
This bad boy, I turn it on, I'm playing Lucky Squire at 120 frames per second. Count me in.
Straight out the box.
Straight out the box.
This is a glowing review, guys. Adam does not sing the praises of technology very often. I mean, this is top notch.
I'm loving it.
Okay.
And I've taken it on the plane. My only issue with it is battery life is straight bad.
How often? Like, how long does a charge last?
So I know there's ways to tweak the settings, but I play it on like max settings. I get about an hour and a half of playtime, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when I'm playing in a hotel, I have it plugged in. When I'm playing on an airplane, I'm typically on the airplane for about 2 hours, and so it's not that big of a deal. On the bus is about an hour. So like I always have access to plug it in. So that's not a big deal to me. So, but if you're somebody that is always on the go with no like ability to power it up by like electricity, you might want to get a power bank.
You
It'll
got like
work
a
just fine.
battery bank or something you
Yeah,
could
you can
attach?
buy that, but I don't want to add extra weight to it. And so like and it's perfect. It's comfortable in the hand. I'm just like I'm sponsored. No, I'm not just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, I really don't try to like oversell something, but out of all the ones I've tried and bought, I've really enjoyed this one. So much so when the Legion Go 2 is not sold out, I'm getting that bad boy.
Wait, you just said how much you love that one. Why do you need another one?
Because I want it to be even more powerful.
Oh my god.
And I want to give so my plan is so
You are the Tim the Tool Man Taylor of gaming tech. It's
love
just
stuff.
never good enough. It's just never good enough.
Never good enough. But
Never
it's
good
okay.
enough.
It's okay because this one will go to my wife, I think. Because I think
Okay.
so I was playing Helldivers 2 with my 5-year-old.
Okay.
I was impressed that he was handling the game. He's killing bugs and whatnot, but he gets disappointed when I kill 119 bugs and he only kills 9, but it's okay. After every run, he asks me, "How many bugs did I kill?" 9. How many did you kill? 119. Like that's so much more. But anyway, sorry, that's a side tangent. Yeah, I want all three of us to be able to play together. It was so much fun on the road. So
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, as long as your wife's getting that one, I'd support this.
yep, I sold my
I
laptop for this thing.
I got you. You're getting one. You're getting one.
I'm
He's
super
just
excited.
like,
But
yeah, whatever I gotta say to get the next to get the two, but okay.
exactly. But
Well,
I'm
that's
really
fun,
happy
man.
with it. So
I'm glad you liking it. Yeah,
yeah.
Adam does not sing praises of technology very often, guys. So if you're in the market, check that thing out. It looks
Do you think?
it does. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, maybe I should do a review of it. Like just kind of a yeah, like an honest review. Because a lot of the ones I see, they're kind of like they don't share enough of like this is what I play on it and stuff like that. So maybe that's what I should do.
The big question.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's a little expensive,
What are we
but
looking at?
I bought it on sale for 750.
On sale, 750.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the retail?
normally uh 899, but right now it's kind of hanging out at 800.
Oh my
I know
heart.
it's expensive. It's expensive, but I sold my laptop for it, so that's why I was able to do it, no problem.
Okay. Well, if you guys are in the market and you got an extra $900 burning a hole in your pocket, go ahead and toss it that way.
Other than that, I'm loving it. I'm loving the games I'm playing on it. My next game is Shinobi.
Oh yeah. You said you were
Yeah,
gonna do that one.
that one's gonna be next.
I'm excited for you to jump into that series.
Yeah, I'm super
I
excited
love
for it.
Shinobi.
I'm excited.
Shinobi was like the one kind of game that kept Sega going for me.
Yeah.
I was never really a Sega guy, but I did love Shinobi.
Yeah. I can't, I had a Sega Genesis, but I don't remember much of it.
I
To be
can't
honest.
mess with 3 buttons. You know what I mean?
I got you. Yeah, yeah.
It's just
You need more.
weird. It's
Yeah.
just weird to have like, and I know they came out with the controllers later that got 6. I know. I don't care. It already passed me by. Like that 3 ABC that C button, that thing might as well not even exist. If the command is C button, I ain't doing it. My finger just doesn't go there.
And now we have buttons all over our controllers.
I need that square formatter, and my brain
Yeah.
loses all function.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, I need the diamond. I need the diamond, or my brain breaks.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, Dave.
All right, let's jump in.
So I'm excited about this Legion Go S Steam OS.
Yep.
Are you excited about Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss?
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss. I'm super excited for this game. Did you look at this game at all?
I did. I didn't quite understand what's going on, so I think I'll need your assistance with that. So.
Okay. All right. First off, do you know anything about Cthulhu?
Nope.
No? Okay, so if you guys don't know anything about Cthulhu, this is actually a story written by H.P. Lovecraft, which I love the Lovecraftian kind of era of things, so I'm a big fan of this story. Funny thing about this story, and these facts came from my girl, thank you very much, I appreciate you, was the first shown in the magazine Weird Tales in 1928. And the funny thing about this is that this is one of H.P. Lovecraft's like most well-known stories of all time. And he's on record saying that he actually doesn't like the story. He doesn't think it's very good.
That's funny.
So I thought that was very funny. But yeah, the game, if you want to roll the trailer, this is Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss. This will release April 16th, 2026, developed by Big Bad Wolf. The storyline is pretty cool, actually. It takes place in 2053.
Not too far in the future.
Yeah, not too far in the future, but definitely in the future. And we're in a time frame where resources on Earth have run very thin. So in an effort to maintain life, corporations are digging into the bottom of the ocean to try to like colonize and maintain resources. And you're
Because
playing.
that always goes well.
Yeah, it's totally like living at the bottom of the ocean would be totally sweet. Nothing bad would ever happen down there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool. And what's going to happen is you are playing as Noah. You are actually like an occult investigator. So there's also, not only are the resources kind of being depleted and the world is kind of going a little funky, but you're also, there's some occult things happening, some very supernatural things happening. So there's actually a division of the government tasked with investigating these things. And you're being sent down to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean in order to investigate like like a missing mining crew who was working at gathering resources. And once you get down there, you discover this sunken city. They call it Rylay, which gives me very City of Atlantis vibes. Um, and once you get down there, you start like uncovering all of these secrets and stuff like that. And the idea behind the game, I just feel like is very cool because they're calling it like a modern retelling of the Cthulhu story. And I think from what we've seen in the trailer and what people are talking about, I think they did a great job. I know that's a lot to unpack.
Well, what I'm unpacking is the guy like slicing himself, and
There's a lot going on there, right?
I feel like is this story like very heavy? Like I feel like there's some very heavy moments based off the trailer, and
So
yeah.
I think if you specifically don't know the story of Cthulhu, you might be a little lost looking at the trailer. So the story of Cthulhu is actually a creature that was birthed from the stars and came down before the birth of man. So it's like this creature, and the origin of it and everything like that is always maintained a mystery. And his big thing, I don't know if you ever heard, have you ever heard of the Call of Cthulhu? Okay. So there's the thing called the Call of Cthulhu, and basically this city. And I hope I'm explaining this right, and guys, let me know if I'm not. But like this city, there's a bunch of statues in the city, and they don't know like what these statues are made of, but they're not made of rock or anything on Earth. And
Okay.
the idea behind the Call of Cthulhu is when people chant this very specific chant at the statues, the city will rise out of the water. And then Cthulhu will take over. And Cthulhu's big thing is Cthulhu messes with your sanity. So
Okay.
he can like he can like drive you insane. It's said that you can go insane just from looking at him. So like what you're seeing in the trailer is him experiencing the city, but a lot of that stuff, that the really scary stuff that we see in the trailer, I believe is when Cthulhu is messing with his mind, which is making him kind of go insane, which is giving you this very scary vibe. It's a good mix of like, I wouldn't call this a horror game. I would call it like a fantasy action RP. No, I would call it like a fantasy action story game with horror elements. I don't know if any of that makes sense. Does any of that make sense, guys? Do I sound like a crazy person right now?
I mean, maybe Cthulhu's getting to you already.
Cthulhu's getting me already.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess my question, you say action. So what kind of from the trailer, I don't understand. It's not gonna be like a you run in there and fight people kind of thing. Is it kind of like how Death Stranding set up, where it's kind of more like a walking, you're investigating kind of game rather than you go in there, beat a bunch of people guys up and then get out. You know what I mean? What kind of game? I'm not sure what I'm looking at in terms of like gameplay. Like what kind of game it's gonna be.
So it feels very much to me. Um, I really hope that there's some type of attack element to the
Yeah.
gameplay, but just looking at the trailer, it feels a lot like maybe QTEs to me, quick time events.
Oh, like when a button says hit square, hit square, hit square,
Yeah,
like that kind
so
of thing. Okay.
that's kind of what it looks like to me. I'm not really sure if you're gonna go in with the ability to like run in and punch, but I do feel like there's gonna be action to it. It just the trailer to me gives QTE vibes, but I think I'm okay with that because the main idea of the game isn't really fighting. You know what I mean?
It feels like it's much more story driven, um, I guess like experience, psychological driven, and more emotionally driven rather than beat up like my type of game, flashy lights, explosions, like go in there. But I think that's okay because I know Hellblade, it had some more action elements to it, but I also really like the narrative of it. Like it just pulls you with the narrative rather than just jumping between fights and fights and fights. You know what I mean? Like I think that's a really cool aspect of these types of games. And that's what I'm getting. It's more narrative driven. Like you said, maybe there's some quick action events that you have to do, but I think it works for this kind of game.
Yeah, and it's cool that you brought up Hellblade because when I was trying to like think of something to compare this to, the best representation that I could find that I just feel like is it kind of gives me obvious Subnautica vibes with Hellblade vibes with also like Eternal Darkness kind of horror vibes too. So it kind of takes all of that and just kind of pushes it all together. And I think it's very cool. And the things that we've seen from the trailer, I think number one, if you know the story of Cthulhu, I think you're going to be really excited just to see kind of everything that's unfolding. And keep in mind, it's not the 1928 version of Cthulhu, it is a futuristic representation. Um, but I think if you know the story of Cthulhu, you're going to be very like compelled by what they've done with the story. And if you don't know the story of Cthulhu, I think you're just going to have a great time just kind of like going through this and learning everything along the way.
To be honest, I actually like when I don't know the story when I play games, even with movies. When I watch true story movies, I like to not know anything about it, and that happened to me actually 3 times this last week when I was watching movies. I was like, "I have no idea about the true story." But, yeah, I think when you have games like this that you don't know like, it's based off of something else, it's almost nice to go in there without knowing the full story because you can be surprised and but at the same time, you can it's fun to look for stuff that you already know. But for me, I like the surprise of stories, and I think the fact that they're making it more modernized and kind of sci-fi versus the 1928 version. You said 1928 or
Mm,
24?
28. Yeah.
28. I think that's really cool. I think that helps refresh it for this generation of like gamers and people that have never heard of the story like myself. So I think that's really neat.
I mean, it's got a fresh coat of paint on it. I think just immersiveness wise, like I think they've done a great job from what I can see from the trailer. I mean, I obviously need to get my hands on this game, but I think just from what I've seen from the trailer, they've done a great job just kind of interpreting the story to something modern, like you said. I think they've obviously built a very immersive world for us to like, live this story out in. The things that I'm seeing from the trailer, I mean, you got your obvious underwater scenes. The underwater city looks great, but you're also kind of seeing this more of like, I don't know if you noticed there was a lot of like Tomb Raidery kind of vibes to it where you're like kind of in temples and stuff like that. And then also that very big reveal of like the cosmic aspect of it, which, again, um, Cthulhu's a cosmic being. He came down, quote unquote, came down from the stars before the birth of man. So like, there's definitely something going on in the cosmic aspect of it, and they've shown that in the trailer that's probably going to be a big part of the game. And I think I've seen everything that I want to see, and the game itself. I don't know if people. I don't know if people just aren't as interested in this story anymore, or if this game is just not getting as much love as I think it should. Because it's funny, Cthulhu, there's actually quite a few Cthulhu games out there, but none of them really with like the budget and like the feel of like this game. This feels like the first like big box office like game for Cthulhu. So I'm super interested to see what they do.
Now, do you think that's because just the story itself, not many people know the story itself, or is it just it's just not getting um, the recognition because of other games of Cthulhu?
A little bit of both. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's obviously it's a 1928 story. It's Lovecraftian, so I'm getting older. I still think it's very cool. But the newer generation might not know too much about Lovecraft or think the idea behind it is very cool. So I mean, it could be that this could be a game for an older audience. It also could be just like saturation of not so great Cthulhu games already out there. So people just hear another Cthulhu game and they're like, it's not going to be like a big box office, like it's not going to be anything.
It's
So
not gonna be worth it or anything
yeah,
like
like
that.
I
So
think it's a good mix of both. But I think most people that are interested, if you're interested in like generally story driven stuff, or if you're interested in fantasy stuff, or if you're interested in horror stuff, but not so much like the jump scare, like the Madisons, the Visages of the world, you just kind of like that more like Resident Evil kind of creepy feel. Like this could be a game that you guys should check out.
so what I've read, there's gonna be like puzzles with it.
Yeah, so that's another thing. There's pretty decent puzzles in it. They call them immense complex puzzles, which I mean, there's going to be some stuff that you're going to have to figure out, and I think that kind of lends its way to the mystique and the atmosphere that they're building anyway, right? Because you're looking at this sunken city, under the Pacific Ocean, and like all this crazy stuff's going on. Like it feels like the puzzle should be a little immersive and a little crazy. And they're saying that they're also having branching paths, right? So based on things that you do, I don't know if you're specifically going to get a different ending to the game, but it feels like there's going to be different ways to get there. So I think the puzzles are going to keep it fresh. It's going to keep it interesting. And, based on what you do on your first playthrough, it does feel like it's going to have a little replayability too.
which is good. I feel like that's what games need. Uh Now when does this one come out?
This one drops April 16th, I believe. Yeah, April 16th. So right around the corner.
I'm interested in this game, and I feel like this is a game kind of like Hellblade where you'll have to like immerse yourself in it with headphones and turn off the lights in the room. And I think I like when games do that because for me, when I'm playing these games, if I feel like I'm in there, and this is how all games I feel like should be, is when I'm playing the game, I want to feel like I'm in the game, like if that makes sense. And when looking at the trailer and kind of what you've described of the story, I think that this game has that potential to really draw you in and like keep you drawn in as you're playing, which I think is phenomenal.
I totally agree. I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't know if this is specifically like going to be like a great streaming game. So like streamer wise, I don't know if it's really going to be a great game because it is very story driven, and it's probably not something that you're going to finish in one sitting. But if you just want to, take it back to like old school gaming, like, like you were talking about, where it's, Friday night, you got no work, you got no school, whatever, you just want to kind of like chill on the couch, like maybe you're hanging with your girl, you're hanging with your friend, or you're just by yourself kind of doing your thing, and you just want to get in like a good, really comfortable like 1 to 2 hour gaming session where you're just locked in and just really enjoying it. Like this is that game. Yeah, very, very cool. I'm excited for it.
Do you know the price of this game?
Do not know the price yet. I'm gonna throw it out there. I would not be surprised if this is just your standard $70.
Okay. And what other games do you know? I guess Nacon. I actually know some games by them. They've made like the simulation games of like Taxi Sim and other games like that. They made Hell Is Us, right? Or they've published Hell Is Us?
I don't know too much about them, and honestly, I
Yeah.
was looking up Big Bad Wolf, and I don't see too much that they put out either. I feel like this is kind of like their first major title that they popped out. They did it.
RoboCop. They did RoboCop.
Did they do RoboCop?
Not Big Bad Wolf, but the publisher is let's see if there's any games. Oh,
Big,
Vampire the Masquerade.
yeah,
So they've made some
Masquerade.
good, yeah.
They did Vampire Masquerade, which I mean is not a small. It's not a small title by any means, but it's not a big title either.
Interesting. Cool.
No, very, very cool. Cthulhu drops April 16th. It looks very, very sweet. Make sure to check it out. Put it on your wish list. Do all the things. And I will 100% be playing this game. So I'll let you guys know what I think when it drops.
So 100% playing this game. Are you going to 100% give this game a 10 out of 10, Dave, you think?
It's going to be tough. I don't know. I don't know if I can 10 out of 10 it.
Well, according to IGN, this might be a 7 out of 10 game or a 10 out of 10 game.
Who knows?
IGN doesn't have much in the middle. So, Dave, we got a lot of support for IGN's list of scariest games being bad.
We did get a lot of support on that video.
Yeah, because it's true. It's true. So with this, let's find out what people think about IGN's 10 out of 10 games. Can you guess 10 of IGN's 10 out of 10 games?
10 out of 10 IGN's game. That is a tongue twister.
That is fun.
That's fantastic. I'm super impressed you knocked that out first go. And then I just tried to do it and then just ruined it.
So guess IGN's 10 out of 10 10 games. Guess 10 out of 10.
Guessing 10 out of 10 games according to IGN.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
I like it. All right, Dave.
All right, here we go.
Can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
There are 63 total.
63 total.
From retro to current day.
Okay, so
I feel like the grand scheme of things, that's not that bad. I feel like IGN's done their part of not giving games. That's not true. There's a couple on here. I'm like, shouldn't be 10 out of 10. But for the most part, I feel like they're stingy on what they give 10 out of 10. So I'll give them that.
Okay, yeah, I mean 63 out of all the games that they covered probably isn't bad.
Yeah, but anyway.
Sorry.
I
All right,
digress.
number one on the list. You know I got to do it, and I know it's up there because you're looking at an Uber fan. We got to go Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. But what part of Elden Ring?
Uh,
Dun, dun, dun.
I think both. I think they gave. I think they gave Elden Ring a 10 out of 10 and Shadow of the Erdtree, the
This
DLC.
might be a hard list to follow.
Did
All right,
they,
we'll count it.
did
Elden
they-
Ring is on the list.
Did they do both? I feel like they did both.
Oh yeah, there it is. I found it. It's a long list to look at. Got
Which is weird because it's not the best From Software game, but that's okay. We'll debate that another
Yeah.
time.
So
All right.
We'll count that as one though.
GTA 5's got to be on the list.
That is on the list.
Red Dead 2's got to be on the list.
Red Dead 2 is on the list. That's 3.
This goes all the way back to retro.
Retro.
There's got to be a Zelda on the list.
1.
Link to the Past?
Link to the Past is not on the list.
No? Did they give it to a new one? They give it to Breath of the Wild. Did they give Breath of the Wild a 10?
They did.
They did. They gave Breath of the Wild a 10.
Okay. 4.
Okay. Is there Call of Duties on the list? Did they 10-10 a Call of Duty? I feel like they 10-10 one of the Black Ops.
No, I don't think they did.
No?
Nope. No Call of Duty.
Baldur's Gate 3. They
Yep.
loved Baldur's Gate 3.
They did. That's number that's 5. You got 5 now.
I got 5 now.
Yep. 5 more.
Forza?
Forza.
Did they give Forza 5 a 10 out of 10?
No, I don't believe so. Nope, not on here.
No?
Nope.
Oh boy. They put a Resident Evil on the list.
They did.
4.
Resident Evil
2.
4 remake. I'll give that to
Oh,
you.
the 4 remakes on the list?
Yep.
Okay.
6.
What do we got? Said, Dead Cells. They put Dead Cells on the list.
1 second. They did put Horizon.
They did put Forza.
Yeah, Forza Horizon's on here.
I thought they gave Forza a 10.
Yep. And what was the other game you just said?
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells. Nope.
They put a Final Fantasy on the list. I can't believe you gave yourself a list of 63.
They did not.
There's no Final Fantasy on there?
Uh-uh.
It goes all the way to retro. Super Mario 64.
Super Mario 64. No.
Super Metroid.
No.
They didn't 10-10 Super Metroid? Oh my
Nope.
god. Oh boy.
It's 3 more.
Oh my god, this is brutal.
Oh, wait. What'd you say before the last one?
Super Mario 64.
Or what's the next one? Sorry.
Dead Cells.
After that.
Super Metroid.
Metroid Prime Remastered? Does that count?
No, it's a totally different game, but give it to me.
Okay, I don't know.
Metroid
Nope.
Prime. Metroid
Doesn't
Prime.
count.
Oh, this is tough.
Did you say Celeste?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, that's another one.
Stardew Valley.
That is on here.
Stardew Valley's on the list. I know that's on there.
Yep.
Storm loves that game.
That's 8.
I got 8. Oh my
Yep.
god. There's no Call of Duty on the list.
Nope.
They put a second Zelda on the list.
They did.
Ocarina of Time?
Yep.
Let's go. They 10 out of 10 to Ocarina. Let's go.
Yep, that's 9. One more.
Oh boy. I know there's no other Dark Souls on the list.
Definitely
God of
not.
War.
God of War.
They 10 out of 10 God of War. I remember that.
Yep, there you go.
Oh my
That was
god, that's
10.
brutal, dude. That's
Yeah.
brutal.
I would go through this whole list, but let me just pick a couple like more recent ones. Hades 2 got 10 out of 10. That VR game, Asgard's Wrath, got 10 out of 10. This is kind of I don't see it. Deathloop got a 10 out of 10.
Deathloop got 10 out of 10?
Yeah, yep. I think it's probably just the type of game it was. It's kind of a new thing of its own. Microsoft Flight Simulator, 10 out of 10. The 2020 version.
Let's go.
Let's do one more here. Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, GTA 4 got a 10 out of
Yep.
10?
Yep. And then let's do one here. Uh, The Last of Us Remastered got a 10 out of
Oh,
10.
of course, The Last of Us got a
But
10 out of 10.
yeah, but
I,
let us know in the comment. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Dave.
I'm sorry you guys had to struggle through that with me. That's a difficult list.
Yeah, it is. And it's okay. But let us know in the comments which games you think deserve to get 10 out of 10 or which games you believe should have got a 10 out of 10 that might or might not be on this list.
Let us know in the comments below.
And that brings us to our next game, Marathon. Woohoo!
I thought you'd be excited about this.
Okay, so I think the general consensus of this game has changed significantly since the release of Arc Raiders. And so when Arc Raiders released, and this is kind of going back to, we're going to bash on IGN again. IGN was saying how good of a game Marathon was going to be and how bad a game Arc Raiders was.
Mhm.
And I think Marathon does, or Bungie in general, has done enough to kind of bring some interest back with changes that they've made and things of that nature. And then as I was kind of watching this trailer and everything I've watched on the game, Arc Raiders and Marathon are two completely different games. Yes, they're extraction shooters, um, but they do it in such a way that they are completely different. And so I think it's unfair to compare the two games.
I don't disagree with you. I think just by the sheer nature of them both being extraction shooters and with how hot Arc Raiders is right now, I just don't think people are going to be able to separate it, right? Especially people that are into Arc Raiders right now. Yeah.
To be honest, it's kind of like comparing Call of Duty to Fortnite. Big Fortnite fans is saying, "Oh, Fortnite's better than Call of Duty, and Call of Duty's better than Fortnite." But at the base level, they're the same game. You know what I mean? Like with the battle royale, but they are completely different. And there's a fan base for one, and there's a fan base for the other. And like you said, they're just gonna each come at each other and say, "No, this game's better, and this game's better." But in terms of, is this game going to be a good game? I think it has the potential of being a really good extraction shooter based off of the changes they've made. Um, and we can talk about those and just the amount of effort that I think Bungie's going into it. And Bungie's kind of put Sony, especially Sony and Bungie are, because Sony just bought Bungie,
Mm.
and the amount of effort that they're putting into, and the they're putting all their marbles into this one bag of Bungie. New IP, Marathon, this is where they're leaning. And that's all good, but it's also upsetting a different fan base because of how much neglect a different game is getting. And
uh,
that's Destiny.
yeah.
And
Destiny's being left in the dust.
yeah, it's being left in the dust. And I think, yes, Marathon and Bungie are doing good things, but I think the neglect of what they're doing to Destiny is going to turn off Destiny fans from giving this game a shot. Do you agree?
I think there's a lot to unpack there. First thing, what's the name of that game that we talked about? That was supposed to be like a huge
The next
drop.
hero shooter game?
Yeah, the next hero shooter game. What was the name of that game? Do you remember?
Concord.
Concord. Okay.
Yes.
This is giving me Concord vibes.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
It's giving me Concord vibes. It's giving me vibes of something that's like is gonna dump just all their efforts and all of their resources into and just isn't gonna hit for some reason. And I don't wish it bad. Like I don't want it to not be good. You know what I mean? Like people are excited for some people are excited for this game and like I want them to get that experience, you know what I mean? But just like in my heart of hearts, it's just like reminiscent of Concord and I feel so bad. I feel so bad saying it, but I am worried.
I don't think this game will, it may fall, but I don't think it's going to completely explode the way Concord. I think this game has the potential of holding on to a fan base because one, they're so in pre-order sales, they're sitting at 5 out of they're in the top 10 of sales right now on Steam, which is I think crazy. The game's not even out yet, and they're sitting at number 5 in the top 10, which Arc Raiders is 2 right now. So I mean, they're right behind them. I know we're not comparing the games in terms of like they're the same or best or worst, but just in terms of like how that whole conversation went, they're pretty close in that sense. So I think that this game will hold it will have a huge spike, and then it's gonna hold a dedicated fan base for a while. I don't think it's gonna be the biggest game. I don't know if it's gonna be bigger than Arc Raiders or any other extraction shooter, but I think it's going to have a fan base that will hold it, if that makes sense.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Are we really worried about Destiny?
I think the general consensus I'm getting from comments and things about it is people I feel like the future of Destiny also relies on this game. If Destiny or if Marathon does terrible and just completely flops like Concord, that might put some or pressure on the success or the it might cause an effect, if that makes sense, on the success or where Destiny goes.
Do you think Destiny 2 is so ill received though that there's no saving it? I almost feel like they're at the point of no return. People do not like that game. People did not have a good time with that game.
They
It
did until Bungie kind of screwed everything up.
Oh, yes, but I don't know. It's like the restaurants, like it's the last that's the last taste you got in your mouth was when they screwed it up, right? So it's
And
like,
that's kind of what's happened right now. And the
yeah.
fans of Destiny are they're not boycotting this game. They're kind of boycotting this game in the sense like, well, you just completely neglected Destiny 2. We're not giving Marathon a chance. But I don't think that that amount of people is large enough to totally affect how Marathon will do.
I understand where they're coming from, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like, think of it as a Destiny player. You're excited for Destiny 2, you get it, then it gets all messed up, and then their fix is not fix the game that you've paid for. It's, hey, buy this other game,
Right.
right? So I see why those people are upset.
It had a very solid fan base for a long time. Like people really like that game.
I don't
I think there's
know.
more people that liked it that weren't vocal about it. If that makes sense. I think you hear
That I don't disagree with. I
yeah.
mean, people that like something usually don't say anything, and people that hate it are definitely
Yeah.
the ones
Yeah,
letting you
those are the
know.
voices you hear. Like when you write a review or like you don't write a review on Google unless you hate something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I never go on there like, "Oh yeah, this burger at this burger place was good."
Yeah, this
But if my
so like
burger's
this was the
raw,
most fantastic thing in the
yeah,
world. Not many
you don't
people
do
do
that
that.
unfortunately.
You always
People
like there was a roach in my burger cheese.
yeah, exactly. You don't do that about. So I think that's where that kind of comes from. Let's see. Destiny 2 came out when? Sure. Let's see. It came out in September 2017. So it's been 9 years. And I know they've dropped a lot of content. Had how many DLC? Many expansions? It's had 9 expansions. So they put the content there, and I feel like that's reason to show that it has had a fan base to keep them afloat, to keep making games. I just think along that route of those 9 is when they started losing fans of because of decisions that they've made of the game.
Yeah. I
So I
mean,
think there's a solid non-vocal voice or non-vocal fan base.
I think it's just the last taste in your mouth effect though, right? So it's like if the last thing you did was, leave a bitter taste in someone's mouth, that's what they remember. They don't remember the good times before that. But I mean, either way, I mean, at this point, 9 years removed, like this game should still stand on its own legs. I think the biggest question is, right, Arc Raiders is still hot, right? So I think we need to know, like, in your opinion, what is different? What are the main differences between Arc Raiders and Marathon or like another game like Helldivers or something that's still pretty hot because it's like you have your Arc Raiders players, they are enthralled with the game. So the idea of trying to pull them away right now into Marathon seems nearly impossible. And if you're not into each one, like if you haven't purchased each one yet, you haven't even started, like what are the determining factors that's going to make you choose one over the other?
I think this comes down to the type of game you play and the type of game you like in terms of like shooters, third person versus first person. So Marathon, first person. That already intrigues me a little bit more than Arc Raiders, to be honest. I'm more of a first person shooter guy. And to be honest, like Arc Raiders has a much more realistic feel to the characters, if that makes sense. The way they move, it's a little bit slower and things like that. Where again, my taste of games, I like the fast-paced gun movement, the sliding, not so much the sliding, but I just like when guns can move a little bit quicker, and Marathon has that. I think that's where it really depends on your play style of games. If you like that kind of slow down, heavy feel of like a gameplay, Arc Raiders is the way to go. Whereas if you like the faster paced and the more arcadey style, I think that's where marathon players are gonna like. And I think that's the huge differences. Because I mean, the same premise of each game is you're going in there, you're trying to loot stuff and extract. That's the exact same, right? Where another thing is, I think with marathon is there's the ability to I don't know if Arc Raiders has done this. I've only played a little bit of Arc Raiders. There's a specific solo queue with Marathon. Like only solo players can go in there. Whereas Arc Raiders, if you want to play solo, you'll still run into teams of 2 or 3 or other solos. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what you're getting into when you go into Arc Raiders. But with Marathon, it seems like there's going to be a chance for you to when you go in there, you know what to expect against other people. However, there's proximity chat, so like people can team up, and you might have to run into that kind of situation. But I think that Marathon is doing it to involve every type of player in terms of like I play with friends, I play by myself, that kind of feel.
Like when it comes to this game, is there going to be kind of that same style as like Arc Raiders where it's like you have friendly mode where like people aren't exactly loading in just to like shoot each other? Or is this straight up more just like load in, we're gonna kill each other?
That's where like you go in there and trust people or don't trust people. And that's kind of where Arc Raiders have gotten to as well. Like I come against this crew, are they nice? Are they bad? You know what I mean? Like trying to figure that out. And that's just the extraction shooter like PvP genre. Like that's how Escape from Tarkov is, and that's just kind of where it's going. With this one, it's kind of the same similar in the sense of like, yeah, you're gonna go in there hoping that they're good, maybe they're bad, and then I don't know. I don't know. I just think and then for me, like the atmosphere, and I was very excited about Arc Raiders, don't get me wrong. But for me, just the gunplay itself kind of has me more intrigued with Marathon. And I was going into this like thinking that Marathon was going to be bad. I've watched videos on it in the alpha. And this is watching those videos of the alpha. A lot of negatives came from it feels dead, like the world feels dead. There's too much time in between fights, and there was not enough AI people to fight and things like that. But since then, they've added more life to it. They've changed the atmosphere. Like, for example, like they've added more enemies in the way. They've added this atmospheric stuff. It's like the weather really feels like when it's sunny out, it feels sunny, and when it's rainy, it feels rainy. So they're doing things that they've listened to the feedback of the alpha players and people that have had the playtests like behind closed doors. And so that's I think that's really good. And that's why I'm leaning a little bit more towards Marathon. Not because I think Arc Raiders is a better or worse game. It's just my type of play style, my game type is pushing me more towards Marathon.
Fall off of Arc Raiders? Because you were really into it. We covered
No,
Arc Raiders
we covered it,
a
but I
long time
never really
ago.
got into it. Okay, so this is gonna kind of go back completely of what I've said about these games already. extraction shooters like this is hard for a casual gamer, a gamer that has not a lot of time to put complete effort and complete time into, if that makes sense.
I agree. I agree.
And the skill gap in these games is very significant, and you can get left in behind very quick. And that's why I think these games do the wipes. But for me, for somebody that doesn't have all the time to play religiously and hours on end, that that pushes me away from these types of games because I don't want to load in and all my stuff's gone because I haven't played in 2 weeks because I've work or I've been doing something with my son. And so that's why I think extraction shooters are very specific types of gamers, which stinks because these types of games like actually do intrigue me, but it's just I don't have the capacity to play a game like this for long periods of time.
I do think games like this are a commitment.
Yeah.
Um, I think, like you said, it is really hard for a casual player. It may be okay for a casual player that has more restraint
Yeah.
than me, but I get obsessed,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like you said, I don't have the time. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't have the time
Yeah.
to jump on every day in game,
Right.
and definitely not for multiple hours. So like, I don't know. I do feel like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. And like, does marathon make that any easier? Like you feel more comfortable in
I,
marathon in the sense of what? You think there'll be less of a skill gap, or you think like more there'll be more players that aren't religiously on every day where your stuff will be more safe or
no, I think where I think it's the gameplay itself. I think I am more interested in just the way it plays versus Arc Raiders because of the style of the game on how it feels. However, kind of going into that a little bit, there's different zones. Arc Raiders kind of has this too, but different zones that have their own challenges. And I don't have all the names of the zones, but the outskirt zone is like where the easiest parts the spots are. So as you go closer into the center, I don't remember what it's called, but as you go in, like that's where things get harder. The loot gets more like better and things like that. So I think for that sense, it makes it easy if you want to stick on the outskirts, or they have um, a specific type of character or like different shell that you can load in there and not worry about losing and everything. And I think that that will help in that sense. I also think solo will help it too. Having the solo mode specifically, yes, you're still going to run into those tryhards and the sweaty people and the people that put tons and tons of hours into it. And I think that's every game though. Every game you load into that's PvP, you're going to have that. But it also there's a on the ship, there's or like the marathon ship, there's a that's where it's the hardest, where there's different vaults you go through to unlock harder and or like better weapons and loot and all this stuff. And that's where you'll have to go in there with your best loot against the best players, against the best AI. So that's where I feel like a lot of the sweaty, the people that have the time and effort to put into the game, I think that's where they're going to gravitate towards. So it might make the other parts of the maps easier, if that makes sense. So I think that's a way that Marathon is bringing a way to bring new players in because a lot of the focus might be over the ship and the harder spots.
I like
That's
the idea. I still think there's gonna be super sweats on our outskirts taking advantage of people, but
no,
you know,
for sure, for
that's every
sure.
game. You know, that's
Yeah.
every game.
And sorry, one more thing. There's the different factions, right? And they all have different goals of why you go into the marathon, like the world. But one of them is I think it's called the Arcane. That faction, the whole reason why you load in is to kill other players. Where I think Arc Raiders doesn't have that specific I'm going in to kill people. People do that, but like to have a faction dedicated to killing people, I think that's where it will make the tryhards really come out and just like make it very toxic for people to play the game.
I think only time will tell. I think the biggest question though is like if these games, aside from of some, you know, I don't know. I think people are gonna be a little scared still. And I think I think it's warranted, right? Because if you're sitting there and you're looking at like these two games are essentially the same with some minor differences.
Yeah,
Are gameplay style and stuff like that. Like all the stuff that you mentioned is really really cool. But I do think that there is going to be a select few players that just kind of are worried of the Concord situation,
yeah,
and just kind of look at it in the sense of like, all right, well, Arc Raiders isn't going anywhere. They
yeah,
proved themselves, right? So
yeah,
like, I think there's going to be a segment of the gamer population that plays a little safer, and if they haven't gotten into one of these games yet, is just going to be like, I'm just going to go with Arc because I know it's not going anywhere.
right.
You know?
And that's not to say that, and obviously, like we already said, we don't want this game to be a Concord or anything like that because to me, I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
And I'm truthfully or honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna play it just because like the reasons I said. I don't know if I have the capacity to give my effort and get good in a game like this because of just the skill gap that they create as you start playing these. But I don't want it to be another Concord because it is cool looking to me. Concord from the beginning to me looked awful from the start.
It
Like,
looked terrible. It
you know what
looked
I
right.
mean? For this, like,
I was
at
so
least,
surprised that they threw so much money at that game because
yeah,
I just remember looking at it and I'm just like, there's nothing here. Like, there's
yeah,
nothing here that's like screaming to me this is gonna be great or like something new
yeah,
or like I never understood it.
right. And I think with that, like from the jump, I was like, this is like hero shooter, the shooter hero game.
They
Like, you
tried
know
to
what I
like
mean?
they took Guardians of the Galaxy and just tried to like make their own version of it with
Yeah,
like random characters that no one's ever heard of because they
right,
created them, right? So it's like I never understood why they threw so much money thinking that that idea was going to be great.
right. And so I think this has a little bit more excitement than Concord ever did from the beginning. And like I said, I think this game it's going to be compared to Arc Raiders, but I don't necessarily think it should. I think if you want an extraction shooter that's a little bit more faster paced, I think this is going to be the one, if that makes sense.
Ke-
Faster pace with quicker gunplay, more arcadey feel. I think that this game's going to have that.
What do we talk like when you say change it like faster pace? Like what is there something you can compare it to? Are we talking like COD lobby fast pace?
Like Destiny and like yeah, the movement of Call of Duty, like the way you can like quickly run around and things like that. I think that's the pace this game has. Whereas Arc Raiders is kind of more controlled, grounded. I feel like it's much more grounded than a game like this. And also with all the different shells is what the runners are called, like the different game styles that you can play. I think that's going to help bring in some of that speed to it. And there's always a counter for a specific play style. And obviously, we're not diving deep into what each faction is and each thing is, but if you want to do that, like obviously you can look for yourself because there's so much to this game in terms of that. But I think that this game has the potential to set its own stage. And now whether or not they do it, unfortunately that's the where the gamer is going to make it succeed or fail. And with Arc Raiders and that, I think it's going to be hard because there's already a true fan base of Arc Raiders, and I don't know if they're going to be able to bring a new fan base while Arc Raiders is hot. But I want them to. I want this game to.
It's just an unfortunate timing situation for them. Yeah, I cannot imagine that they thought Arc Raiders was going to pop off as much as it popped off, and just I don't think anybody did. Yeah, because we covered Arc Raiders like a year ago, but maybe even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
was really excited about it and when not many people had heard about it. And then once the beta opened up, people were ecstatic. They were like, this game is incredible, the sound design. And I think, unfortunately, the shadow that Arc Raiders has made for Marathon is pretty big. And then on top of that, with Destiny fans not too excited and with Bungie right now, it's going to be hard for them to do it. But doesn't mean they can't. I think the narrative of Marathon has completely changed. I think after seeing more and more stuff released and the changes they've made have helped a lot. And the marketing's helped a bit for them too. So they're really breaking it down and saying, this is our game. This is what we're doing different. and that should help them. But doesn't mean it's going to at launch. Hopefully, you'll see a huge spike. And now is that every game's gonna have the dip, but is it gonna stay at that dip or is it gonna fall flat on its face like Concord did? So
The question. I mean, it's you already said it's sitting at number 5 on Steam, which is incredible. I mean, for especially for a pre-order, right? So it's like there's definitely going to be a huge dip, or there's going to be a huge spike for sure. It's 100% what you said. Is it gonna, is it gonna level off or is it gonna nosedive?
let us know in the comments what you're thinking about this game. It's coming out March 5th, so it is coming around the corner, and there's going to be a beta, which I think that's going to help as well determine how good this game does. If it's successful, people like it from there. Obviously, it's going to go swimmingly. If not, going straight down to the garbage because of that. So let's hope that helps some. I will say one more thing is it's $40 like Arc Raiders. I know originally I think the price was higher,
Yes.
but I think to compete with Arc Raiders, they had to bring the price down.
I think they didn't stand a chance if they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's $70, unfortunately, it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Whereas this Bungie, they call it a premium title at an affordable cost. So let's hope that's what it is. Let us know in the comments what you think about the game. Is it something that you think is going to be a complete flop? Is Arc Raiders too big to let this have success? Just let us know.
Let us know. Only time will tell. Do I have to introduce it?
Well, yeah, I can't do that.
Okay. All right. Well, we you are way better at this. Well, Adam. What if this happened to be on a list of 9 games that you need to keep a cut?
I could do that. Is this going to be one of the best extraction shooters ever? Who knows?
Who knows?
These 9
Okay.
that are already out.
Adam,
so.
is this going to be one of the best extraction shooters of all time?
It could be. I don't know.
All right. Well, in order to determine what the best ones are, we're going to do a keep cut of 9 extraction shooters. You're going to have to keep 5 and no, wait. No, let's make it harder. You're going to have to cut 5, keep 4. Are you ready?
What are the 9 games?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just listening at home, the 9 games are Escape from Tarkov, Deep Rock Galactic, Arc Raiders, Helldivers 2, Call of Duty DMZ, Delta Force, Escape from Duck-Off, Marauders. Did I say that wrong?
No, you did. Oh, no, you didn't.
No.
That's a funny one. Escape from Duck-Off.
Marauders and Gray Zone Warfare. Adam, what is your first cut?
My first cut. Oh, shoot.
Do it.
This is all personal, obviously.
Do it.
So my first cut is Escape from Tarkov.
Wow.
And I know the game has such a strong fan base, but for me personally, it's too hard for me.
Adam's canceled.
It's too get good, and I just did not get good.
Adam's canceled. Get him.
That's my number 1.
Get him, guys. All right. What's your first keep? I know what it is.
My first keep?
I know what it is.
Rock and Stone.
Rock and Stone. I knew it was coming. Yeah.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Gotta do it.
It's so fun. It's so goofy. And yeah, it's not a PvP extraction shooter, but it's cool. I love Deep Rock Galactic. I love Deep Rock Galactic.
I knew those are your number 1.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next cut?
Oh, shoot. My next cut. Call of Duty DMZ. I think a lot of people will agree with me with that one. That one sucked.
I feel like Call of Duty players would just keep it just to keep it.
No, I think even
No.
Call of Duty. Yeah, I think it was such a. They basically smacked it into Warzone with minimal effort. They didn't try to make that the game type. I think they were trying to capture a type of player that it was in other games. It just didn't take off, and it was trash in the beginning.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah, and it's really not even a game. It's a game mode, so that's another reason. Cut that crap.
Cut that crap. All right, what's your next keep?
I'm going to keep Helldivers 2, and it's such a fun game. That game exploded. And I'm playing with my son right now. So trying to play with a little 5-year-old, I think that's why it's a good keep for me. He's loving it, and I'm loving it. So Helldivers 2. And I just like the whole premise of everybody has to come together for the greater good of Super Earth. So
Look at you
really
guys Just out there
Yeah.
killing bugs and stuff.
Yeah, bugs and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
All right, make some people mad. What's your next cut?
I'm gonna have to cut Marauders because I've never played it. That's a
Well,
game I've never played.
that was easy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know much about it, but I'm cutting that one, unfortunately. Not because I think it's a bad game, just never played it.
And in your next keep?
Next keep is Escape from Duckov. It is I think it's just a little it's almost like a not a sarcastic game. It's a fun game. It's simple, it's kind of stupid, but I love that game. So that's why I'm keeping Escape from Duckov.
And your next cut?
Next cut. I think this just goes to the military sims, I guess. So my next cut is Delta Force.
Have you played this?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never even heard of it.
I never even
so.
heard of that. All right, well, you got decisions now. I think I know where you're going. What's your
Yep.
what's your keep?
I think everybody's gonna be very happy that this is my keep. My keep is Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I think you have no choice.
And I'm very behind on this game. I'm not very good at it, and I haven't put tons of hours, but all the reasons we said in our marathon discussion, it's a very well done game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gray Zone Warfare, be gone.
Be gone, Gray Zone Warfare. I just think it's another one of those that too hard for me. As you can see, I think with Escape from Tarkov, Delta Force, and even Call of Duty Warzone or DMZ, like they're just too hard for me. I did not get good, fortunately.
Adam just cut all the games that made him rage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no.
Games that I think are too hard.
I would have
Went
done
to
the
the
same.
fun, the lighthearted fun ones.
I would have done the same. You did
Minus
good.
Arc Raiders, yeah. So
All right,
let us
moving
know in
on.
the comments
Yeah,
what you would
let's-
keep and cut.
I suck
And
at
now-
that. I suck at
It's
that.
okay,
You
it's
just
okay.
need to introduce everything and anything, no
Oh,
matter
okay.
what we're doing.
No matter what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Last game? Yeah, last game. Right?
Last game of the night.
Where are my notes on it? Pragmata. I deleted my notes on it. That's very disappointing. I had some good things to say about this game, too. Huh. All right, well, we're just going to wing it then, I guess.
That's incredible.
G-dang, Pragmata. It's coming out April 23rd, 2026, and now I don't remember anything about this game. I'm just kidding. I got some notes that I remember.
All right. Guys, we are talking about Pragmata. This is a very interesting game to me. Do you know what's funny about this game? This game's developed by Capcom. When's the release date? I know I have the release date in here.
April 23rd, 2026.
Yeah, April 23rd. Okay.
Did you not listen to me, Dave? Come on.
I'm sorry.
It's
I was
okay.
laughing so hard because you
Yeah.
deleted your notes.
I did.
It's just that's disappointing. Yeah, that's great. That's a great time. Do you know the first time that this game was ever talked about?
2020.
Do you know what
release
else?
of the PS5?
Right, release.
Or not even the release. The announcement of the PS5.
The announcement of the PS5 was the same time that this game was introduced. Isn't that
wild?
crazy?
Yeah,
That's
insane.
crazy to me.
I had that note memorized.
Yeah, that's crazy. But this is a game by Capcom. It actually looks pretty sweet. Basically, you're in the near future. You play as an astronaut named Hugh. You are tasked with investigating an important lunar research facility after communications are lost. While you're looking at the base, you experience a what are they calling it? A lunar quake, which I would assume is some type of like moon earthquake or something like that.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, but anyway, Hugh gets hurt, gets stranded from the rest of his crew, and this is where you meet Diana, who is the other main protagonist of this game. She is an android, and essentially, what I'm gathering from this trailer is you're getting kind of this like surrogate father kind of like vibe, where this is like, I'm not selling this great. The story is basically Last of Us in space is
Okay.
what I'm gathering. That same kind
Okay.
of like relationship from The Last of Us, but like in space, but in an android-y kind of sci-fi kind of way. Is that the vibe
Yeah.
you're getting to or no?
I suppose.
Yeah,
I can see the fathery like
yeah.
yeah, I
It
see
isn't
that
just a
sense,
dream.
but
It's a promise.
I don't know. It looks cool. That's about all I have to say is it looks really neat. I deleted my notes so I don't have exactly what I was gonna say, but for the most part, I was pretty intrigued by this game.
So that yeah, that I mean that's the vibe that I'm getting. I'm getting kind of
Yeah.
Last of Us vibes. But I think the really thing, like the thing that's really cool to me, um, specifically about this, is the combat system on how they've kind of built this together. So looking at gameplay and looking at scenes from the trailer, it appears like you're going to have to control Hugh and Diana at the same time, which I think is going to lend itself really interestingly to how you manipulate through the world, how you traverse, and specifically how you fight in combat situations. Because anytime that we're kind of seeing like this, like anytime we're seeing the
Yeah.
characters in combat, she's kind of like on your back or on your shoulder. And when you see the combat pop up, you're noticing that like there's a it's almost like this like square that kind of pops up on the right side, right?
Yeah.
And what that is because Diana is an android, you're gonna need to control Diana in the sense of like hacking into these enemies to do things like remove shields, eliminate ammo, like I'm sure at some point you'll be able to make them like turn on each other or something like that. But then you also are controlling Hugh, who has the gun. So it's like you almost have to control two characters at one time and like kind of manipulate this combat system to know when to hack and know when to shoot. And I think it's an idea that's really never been done before. I can't think of any other game where you control two people at the same time.
I don't think I can't think of a game where it's to this extent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like
Um,
I can obviously think of games where you control two people,
yeah,
but not like this.
and not at the same time.
Not at the same time
I
either.
think that's the biggest, like, the newest, or it's the best. I'm trying to say. It's the mechanic of it. I haven't seen that kind of mechanic where you control both at the same exact time. Now, like for example, with The Last of Us, you control Ellie at some points, you control Joel at some points.
Yes.
And there's tons of other games like Assassin's Creed. You control the bird, the hawk at some point. You control the character. So there's that. But like you said, doing fighting, shooting at one point and hacking at the other. That's such a novel or new idea, new um, game mechanics, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think for players that might be just a little bit not bored, but a little bit feeling that like some games like the run and gun style shooter games might be a little monotonous to them. I think this is a good refresh. I think this is a good thing to work into the gameplay mechanics that will keep it feeling fresh, because I do feel like since we've never really experienced a gameplay design quite like this, I do think there's going to be a learning curve here, but I think players that get into it are going to really get into it.
I agree, and I think so. What I've read is the developers want you to they want you to feel challenged but not overwhelmed with it. And so I think that the the hacking isn't going to be too overly complicated, but still feel like a challenge as you're doing it. Because the one thing you don't want to happen is you feel so disconnected because you have to like be so focused on this hacking that you're like you're going to mess up. I think that's going to be a big part of it. Is you're going to mess up, things are going to happen. It's going to make you either die or live or whatever. But I think it's going to be seamless in the sense as you start learning it, the learning curve, it's going to feel real fluid. It's going to feel real fun. And I think that's what they're aiming for. It's going to start like how every game starts. You'll start off with like, all right, we're going to hack this doorknob while jumping. So make sure to hit jump and the D, you know what I mean? Like the buttons to open the door, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I heard, I've read what they've said, and like you said, they don't want it to feel overwhelming. So I do think, and because this is kind of a very new gameplay style, I do think the training wheels are going to be on for a long time. I think I think you might actually get to the point in the game where you kind of want them to take the training wheels off, and they might not do it yet. But I do think, this is a combat system that like you can probably really build a lot of fluidity to if you understand what you're doing and kind of craft your own playstyle with it. And like as a fan of like the Souls builds and stuff like that, like I'm a big fan of that, as like playing the game you want, the way that you want to play the game, and building your fighting style based on how you want to fight. And I think we've seen enough options within that kind of secondary menu that pops up for the hacking that it's not going to feel monotonous, and it's not going to feel like QTEs where you have to do a specific thing at a specific time. It does feel like it's going to be a fluid combat system. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to kind of put this all together. And like you said, I do think the one killer will be if the hacking is like so objectively driven that you need to kind of stop the flow. That's the biggest thing. This is all about the flow, right? So if you can work these hacks into flowing combat, it's going to feel great. But if these hacks start to disrupt the flow and it feels like you're being taken out of your rhythm, that's where they can get into trouble.
Good thing about it right now is there is a demo where you can test out the gameplay or the combat, not so much the gameplay. It's just so you can kind of get a sense of how it's going to go. And I think that's going to help too, to help people determine whether or not this game's going to have that fluidity. And obviously, like Capcom believes in it already if they're putting a demo out for you to try to say, hey, let us know, or this is what it's going to feel like. We want you to experience it before you drop however much this game's going to be. So I think they're really bought into it and they feel like it's polished enough where people can have an experience of it to kind of get a feel. So they're buying into it.
They're buying into it, and yeah, I mean, you can test the combat and see what it's like. I haven't tested the combat yet, but I'm definitely going to. I want to see what it feels like. And I do think that, not for nothing, the 6 years removed since the announcement has kind of told me that like number one, what it's told me is things have not always gone smoothly. Like that's very obvious that the game has taken 6 years since release. But it tells me that I feel like they've built something new enough and creative enough that like there were some hiccups, there were some bumps in the road. So it tells me that I do believe that this combat system is something new, like we've never seen before. And if they're willing to wait 6 years to put out the game, I think it's because they feel confident in the combat system so much so that they're obviously not rushing to get it out. You know what I mean? So if it's 6 years removed since the initial talks of the game and they feel comfortable now, I feel like, that's enough time for me to say, I do really feel like they built something new and something innovative and they feel very confident that it works.
Okay, this is random side tangent of it. I read somewhere that, or like one of the most exciting parts of it, or like the things that they're doing, is their hair system on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This always felt like a joke to me.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
to me, I honestly feel like the strands look nice, but the way they move looks funky. It looks like they glitch when her hair moves.
think it's this is some overcompensating, right? Because Capcom's always been kind of known for like it's kind of a joke that their characters kind of have like goofy stiff hair that don't move. So like they really wanted to make it a focus to like have this girl have like actual strands of hair. Like they wanted to make it flowy, but it's like too flowy. Like you're overcompensated. They like overcompensated because like now it's too weird. But like I don't know. I got kudos on them for trying, I guess.
Do you think that this story is going to have kind of the depth of, let's say, The Last of Us, or what's another game?
I mean,
Do you think it's going to have that wow factor that Last of Us
I
has?
don't know if it's gonna have the wow factor because no matter how this ends up, I don't know. I don't. This has been done before. You know what I mean? I don't know how they get out of this, right? So like spoiler alert, either Diana's going to live or Diana's going to die, right? Like or Hugh's going to live or Hugh's going to die. Either they both make it, one dies, they both die. That's the only three outcomes that we could have for this game. In all three ways that it plays out, we've seen it before. So I don't know if it's going to have that same hit.
So this really comes down to it better play good, not so much focus on the story.
I think it needs to do both. I think it needs to play good, and just because we know what the possible outcomes are going to be, I
You don't
don't
know the
think that.
road to it.
Yeah, you don't know the road to it, so it's like I don't necessarily say that it's going to be a bad story because those are basically what I believe are the predetermined outcomes. And again, I don't know. Like, I would just assume general logic would put it at, either they both live, they both die, or one dies. But I will say that they are going to throw this back. They're calling this a love letter to like the PS3, Xbox 360
I
era.
saw that too.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yep.
So, I mean, I think, and back in that era, they didn't, it was really about the game. They wanted
Yeah.
you to have an experience with good gameplay and a good story to take you all the way through. They weren't concerned about DLCs. They weren't concerned about skins. They weren't concerned about multiplayer. That's what gaming was back in like the early PS3 area. They wanted to put out good games that were good experiences all the way through, and calling it a love letter to that generation of gaming sparks my attention. I think if you're going to
Except for
call
the fact
it
there is a lot of skins and deluxe editions and stuff like that. So don't worry, that's still here, Dave.
well,
The gameplay might feel Xbox 360, PS3, but the cosmetics are still here.
they're promising that type of experience. So yeah, I mean, obviously they're good. I don't know. In 6 months there'll be a DLC or something, but yeah. But I don't know. I'm super excited for it. I think it's a very interesting idea. I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah.
Looks
Two games
good.
with two really cool concepts. 3 games.
3 games, yeah.
Yeah.
This
Might
has
be
been
one of-
2 weeks of positivity.
I like it, except for the beginning of our episode when you're crapping on your own games that you like.
Well, yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
A
We're
lot
here
of,
for
a
it.
lot of people crap on DVD. That's all right.
That's true. That's fair.
I'm not standing on a mountain on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no eggshells under your feet.
There's no eggshells on that one. People are
That's
talking
funny.
crap about DVD all the time.
I don't have much else to say other than the fact that it looks really cool. I'm glad that they put the effort into it. I'm like you said, they've had their hiccups in the past, I bet, with it, and that's why it's taken so long. But it looks like they're going to have a very polished game. And I think the skill gap of playing it is going to determine whether or not it's a fun game for people. Like if people can get the fluidity of doing both combat and hacking at the same time.
And the Capcom engine is the Capcom engine. So like, if they do see things that kind of work with this, look out for this in other Capcom stuff. You can start seeing some weirder stuff in Resident Evil and all types of nonsense. Yeah, but very cool. The game drops April 24th. I will definitely go check out that combat system, see what I think about it, and I will report back on the next episode. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, Dave, wait, is it my turn to do this for you? No, it's your turn.
No, I have to do it again.
Dang, you have to do it again.
Well, Adam, do you think that this will be one of the greatest games of all time?
There's a high likelihood that it won't be, but I'd put it in the top 100.
You're going to put it in the top 100?
Probably.
How about
maybe.
the top 10?
Oh, no, probably not.
Probably not the top 10?
Probably not.
Well, that's great because this is the top 10 video games of all time, according to IGN. How's that?
Oh,
Is that good?
IGN. Yeah,
Is that good?
That's great, Dave.
That's a good intro?
That's a great intro.
All right, perfect. Well
Round
done.
of applause.
Well done, intros.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, top 10.
Top 10
according
video
to
games.
IGN.
Top 10 video games of all time, according to IGN.
Okay, I'm going to start it off by saying GTA 5 is on the list. Wow, it's not on the list. Okay, then I'm already screwed from the beginning. Top 10.
You're close.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2 is on the list, number 8.
Number 8, okay. Well, then let's go. You said I'm close. Let's go Grand Theft Auto 4.
No, you were close with Red Dead.
Oh,
Same developer.
dang. Okay. Is there a Halo on there?
There's not a Halo on here.
Really? Wow.
Really?
Well, that's about the extent I have.
I have mentioned a few of these games today.
Is there a Sekiro?
No Sekiro.
Oh, well, dang. Baldur's Gate?
No.
Dang, I'm sucking. Resident Evil? One of them?
No.
Holy cow.
This goes back retro.
Retro.
Yes.
Oh, Ocarina of Time? Legend of Zelda?
No, surprisingly, no.
Huh. Let's go Super Mario Galaxy?
No.
What the freak is this list? Metroid?
Which
Prime?
one?
Prime? Metroid Prime? Give me a hint then, because I don't know all the Metroids.
The one that I said today.
I don't remember.
For the SNES.
Still don't remember.
Super Metroid.
A Super Metroid. Oops.
We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. Super Metroid. That's number 5.
Is there a Metal Gear Solid game on this list?
No.
Last of Us.
No.
Holy crap. Best games of all time.
Of all time. I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
There's 2 franchises that are on here twice.
Is there Call of Duty?
No. You mentioned one and I said no already.
Resident Evil?
No.
Mario?
Yes.
Oh, 64. Mario 64.
Mario 64, number 7.
Okay. Is there Mario, like the original Mario?
Super Nintendo era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Super Mario 2,
No.
3,
No.
1.
No.
Dude, what the heck?
What's the
Super
one for
Mario
the-
Brothers.
No, the one for the SNES.
I don't know. What's the one for the SNES?
Super Mario World.
Oh, yep, didn't know it.
Yeah, number 2, Super Mario World.
Dang, dude, I suck at this.
It's
Ah.
tough, right?
What are there more recent games?
Yes.
What's the most recent on the list? Or like how far back? Roughly.
10 years.
10 years, yeah, okay. No Halo. Is there God of War's not on it?
Nope.
Super Melee.
No.
Really? Mario Kart?
No.
Dang.
There's 2
Um,
Zeldas on the list.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild is number 1. The
Wow,
number
really?
1 game of all time.
That's the number one
They gave
game
it
of
the
all time.
number 1 game of all time.
Of all games in the world, that's
Of
number
all
one.
games in the world of all time, IGN gave it to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Wow. How
Yeah.
many more do I have left?
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5.
I don't have this. I don't have this at all.
You do.
Give me another hint. Give me a genre of one of these games.
The 2 you got the 3. Okay, so there's another Legend of Zelda on the list.
I won't know it.
Link to the Past.
Yep, I wouldn't have got that.
That's the Super Nintendo version.
What number is it?
That's number 4.
Okay, so 3 Zelda games on the list.
3 Zelda games on the list.
Okay.
Now the remaining 3 games, I would all put in. I would all put in the shooter genre, but loosely.
Is Doom on there?
No.
GoldenEye?
No.
Wow.
Think like Xbox 360 era.
Xbox 360 era.
Yeah.
And it's not Halo?
No.
What's it start with?
P.
Payday?
No.
What's the next letter?
O.
P-O.
What do you go through?
Oh, Portal 2?
Portal 2. Portal 2, number 3 on the list. Greatest games of all time. Portal 2.
BioShock?
You're close, but no.
I was close with BioShock.
Yeah, right around that era. They're both number 2s.
What's it start with?
M.
M. And it's a shooter?
Yeah.
M.
Mass.
Mass Effect? I never played them.
Mass Effect 2. Number
Okay.
6.
Number 6. Is Minecraft on there?
No.
Really?
This one starts with an H.
Forza? Forza.
Horsa.
I was thinking Forza. This is the last one.
I'm going to give you number 10 because there's no way you'll guess it.
H. What's the next letter?
A.
Half-Life? 2?
Half-Life
Half-Life
2.
2.
Number
Man.
9. And number 10 is Disco Elysium.
Dave.
That is insane, right?
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Number 1. Obviously, I'm very uncultured with my games. And number 2, I think this list is still crap.
Yeah, this is rough. This is
And
rough.
yeah,
I don't even have words. I don't really have words, which is bad for a podcast.
yeah,
Super Metroid deserves to be on the list.
yeah. What games deserve to be on this list that
Super
are on there?
Metroid deserves to be on the list. Red Dead 2 I think does deserve to be on the list.
It does or does not?
It does. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it does. Um Link to the Past deserves to be on this list. I don't know if I would put Breath of the Wild on the list. But I'm an old school gamer. I don't know if I would put Super Mario World on the list either. And I am an old school gamer. I just number 2 on the list is a lot. Like you gotta show it respect. Of course, it's Super Mario World. Like, but I don't know number 2 on the list of greatest games of all time. I don't know. In the top 10, Mass Effect probably should be on the list, but not top 10. So should Half-Life. It should be on the list, but not top 10. I don't know. This was rough. This is a rough
And this is
list.
gonna be a rough short to make too. But let us know what games should be on the list and what shouldn't be. I know I did terrible. I'm sorry that I'm very uncultured. I'm getting more cultured due to the podcast. Let's be
You
honest.
believe in yourself. It's all the retro stuff.
It's all the retro stuff. I feel like, and it's hard to say now because like what we think is top 10 nowadays versus back then, it's games have changed significantly. But either way, let us know in the comments what you think. That was a hard one for sure.
Let us know. Yeah, let us know what you guys think of the list. Let us know what you guys think should be up there that wasn't up there. Super curious to hear your thoughts. I think this is very generational based. You know, if you ask me what my top 10 games of all time are, it's gonna be way different than if you ask like a 15-year-old kid. Obviously, you know what I mean. So like it's very subjective.
You asked me when I was in high school, Dave. You ready? Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, like World at War. Like that's how I was in high school. Now I for me, I when I play games now, I'm not looking to play the best game for everybody. I'm looking for the best game to play for me, if that makes sense. And that's I feel like how it should be. But like obviously I put the Division 2 as a top 10 game for me. Like because of how much time and effort I put into it. I'd put I don't know, there's a bunch of games I'd put in my top 10, but it's all subjective, I think. Obviously.
Yeah, I think it's all subjective. I see what they were trying to do here. I think they got a good mix of games. I think they got a good mix of genres. I probably would have put in something a little bit newer on this list if I was making the list, to be honest. There should be some newer titles on here, but yeah, I don't know. It's all sick.
With like how well perceived like Elden Ring was, and because that Elden Ring brought people that have never been in the genre of FromSoft games to a whole new world for people that have never played it. So I think that alone should have some recognition in the top 10 for sure. You know what I mean? It brought so many more players into a genre that has been around forever.
I don't disagree. I mean,
Yeah. And that's not a game I'd ever play, to be honest. So
you know, my top 10 of all time will have a Dark Souls game in it. You know, it will be in there. So, yep. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Yeah, super excited to hear what you guys' favorite games of all time are.
great episode.
Great episode. We cooked today.
We did.
We
Flipping those burgers and restaurants.
we went on a couple tangents today.
It was good though.
That was good. Good stuffs. Think you,
No, it's you.
No, it's me. I'm totally lost today.
Oh, look at this. Look at this hairline, dude. I'm getting old.
Let's not talk. All right. Let me go ahead and turn my head for you. Guys, thank you very much for everything. We love you guys very, very much. Thanks for watching. Super appreciate it. I'm really digging this 2-week schedule. I think this is going good. Check out all the shorts, all the single topics, all the deep dives, all that stuff. In between, tap the like button, do all the things, hit all the buttons. Yeah, super appreciate it. Love you guys very, very much. Adam, what you got for him?
If you're not following us on all social media, blah, 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 blah. If you're not blah, 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 blah. If you're not following us on all social media platforms, please make sure to do so. Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast. And Dave, bro doesn't know how to cook.
Beauty. I had to throw. You had to throw one in there, right?
Yep. Yep. Comments, keep them coming. Keep them attacking Dave. It makes my day. Keep saying praises about me, even though you're not.
You guys go to the TikTok and defend me, please. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you for everybody, for everything, and we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace out, nerds.